A netizen recently shared a mind-blowing clip from their home security system. While the whole family was fast asleep, their Ring camera at the front door suddenly triggered an alert. To see what was really going on, the creator zoomed in and slowed down the footage. What you're about to see might make you question the laws of physics. Watch closely. The exact moment that dark mass sweeps past, debris literally flies out of the trash can. This proves the object possesses physical force, completely ruling out a mere optical illusion. One skeptic argued this could just be a sensor ghosting effect from a bird or a bat under infrared night vision. Since night exposure is longer, fast-moving objects can blur into dark streaks. But the real question is, what kind of bird creates a massive cloud-like black mist? The comments section unanimously agrees that this looks like a straight-up Dementor from Harry Potter brought to life. The original poster even joked about needing to yell, "Expecto Patronum." Think this is just another ordinary speeding ticket video? In April 2026, a street footage from a European city completely blew up on Reddit's paranormal subreddits. At first, everyone was just focused on this car going at a terrifying speed. But when someone cranked up the brightness and slowed the footage down, a collective chill went down the internet spine. Because right there along the edge of the rooftop above the car, something was keeping pace, something that absolutely should not exist. As the car hits its peak speed, this dark figure literally leaps across a nearly 10-meter gap between the buildings. It's not a drone, and there are 0 wires attached. The comments section went into absolute chaos. Some are saying it's the return of Spring-Heeled Jack, while others think it's some classified, high-tech gadget. But look closely at its landing. It's as graceful as a feline, yet it carries the distinct silhouette of human limbs. Is this a real creature walking among us, or just another masterfully crafted AI hoax? Leave your thoughts below, and let's break down the truth together. Oxford, England, a city world famous for its prestigious university, but also a place with over 1,000 years of dark history, plagues, and forgotten secrets. Recently, a homeowner in the heart of Oxford checked their backyard security footage and captured something that left the internet deeply unsettled. It wasn't a burglar, and it wasn't an animal. It was a lingering presence that shouldn't exist. Let's take a closer look. Right here, in the center of the garden, a translucent silhouette appears. It clearly resembles the figure of a young boy, standing perfectly still near the bushes. When we adjust the contrast, you can see how the figure appears partially see-through, yet maintains a distinct shape. Over on Reddit, this video has triggered a massive debate. Technologists argue that this is a clever digital hoax, pointing out what looks like a slight digital halo around the boy's outline. But skeptics are fighting back, noting that the height and posture of the figure look chillingly organic for that specific terrain. Is this a well-crafted CGI hoax, or a genuine piece of history refusing to fade away? What are your thoughts on this? Let's discuss it down in the comments. A Reddit user was just hanging out, tried to record a funny clip of their cat chasing a fly around the house. But as the cat's eyes tracked something across the room, it seemed to spot something it absolutely shouldn't have. Out of nowhere, a Crocs sandal sitting on the hallway floor flips and moves entirely on its own. Strangely, instead of checking out the shoe, the cat bolts straight toward the window blinds in the back. Many netizens pointed out that the cat's complete lack of interest in the moving shoe and its sudden dash to the door suggests someone might have been pulling strings behind the scenes. The cat was likely drawn by a sound or movement behind that door. Did the cat really see something we couldn't? This house was a surprise the client discovered among his late father's belongings. But in reality, it was a curse sealed away for decades. This abandoned old house, entirely unmarked on any map, was part of the inheritance the client had recently received from his father. When he went to inspect it, he found a place not only derelict but showing clear signs of trespassing. More disturbingly, he spotted a bizarre object right in the middle of the bedroom and caught a glimpse of a fleeting shadow. Terrified, he fled the scene immediately. Desperate to make sense of the madness, the client reached out to the creators of the channel Umegatoki Film, begging them to investigate. As the investigation went deeper, a dark family scandal involving a hidden mistress and an illegitimate daughter began to surface. Who on earth had been living here for decades? And what is the sinister truth hidden within these walls?
で、問題こっちだよな。相当狭い家。もしかしたら、なんというかもう誰かが住んでいたというよりかは、本当何かをここでしている、ここで何かをするためだけの部屋のようにも感じますが、問題はこの部屋だよね。ちょっと待って。髪の毛がすごい落ちてる。このドアノブにね、髪の毛がなんか絡みついてるわ。長い髪の毛が。気色悪い。でも依頼者の方が言っていたのはおそらくこっちの部屋だよね。うわ。掃除をしていると隣の部屋からことと乾いた物音が聞こえ、恐る恐る戸を開けるとそこには薄汚れた和室が広がっていました。うわ。
そしてその和室の真ん中に異様なものがあるのを発見しました。
これか。
長い間そこにあったかのように畳の中央にツンと鎮座しており、言葉にならない雰囲気を放っておりました。
これはすごいね。ここの部屋すんごいですね。匂いがかなりきつい。なんというかカビの匂いかな、一番は。これは完全に骨壺だよね。誰が何のために置いていったのか、そして誰の遺骨なのかも全くわからないというね。ちょっと嫌だな。なんか変な感じですね。変な気配を感じるというか、人の気配感じます。普通にめっちゃ髪の毛落ちてるわ。わかるかな。すげえ長い髪の毛がいっぱい落ちてる。いたずらだったらね全然いいんだけど、冒頭でも説明があったか分かりませんが、これを中身を開けてみて、でもしね、骨壺の中に誰かしらのね骨であろうものが入っていたら、その時点でちょっと撮影は終了というかね、依頼者さんに戻します。依頼者さんの方でしかるべく 対処するということなので、僕はこの中身が何であるかを確認するために来たということですね。
The creators open the urn, only to find it completely empty. Strangely, though, the area around it was littered with fresh, long strands of hair. This suggested that even though the house had been abandoned for years, someone was still making regular offerings. Yet, this wasn't even the most unsettling anomaly.
何も入ってない。ちょっと一旦それだけ報告しとくか。僕がちょっとね、今見るにですね、今は何も入ってないんですけど、正直に言うと、もしかしたらもともと何か入ってたかもっていうような跡がありますね。ただ今は何も入ってない。意味がわからんな。ちょっと理解に苦しいんですけど、骨壺にこんな風にしないですよね、普通。いたずらにしてはちょっと悪質すぎる。
Written on the urn was a name, Yumiko, age 67, followed by January 4th, presumably her date of passing. The host speculated that this urn was likely placed here by Yumiko's child. But why here of all places? What made this specific house so significant? 閉めたっけ？風、窓開いてないけどね。ちょっとこれが閉まった音かな。なんか物音すごいんですけど、何？なんか鳥の巣があるか。ああいうね、こういう換気扇とかのところによく鳥がね、ツバメだとかが巣を作っちゃうってことはあるんですよね。でもなんかもしかしたら可能性としてはそう考えたいっていう風ですけど、霊的現象、さっきのさパターンってでもここ閉まってたから違うのかもしれないですけど、物音系、いわゆるラップ音だとかっていうのが、例えばアパートとかだとウォーターハンマーって言ってね、水が急激に閉じられるとボトンって音がしたりとか、鳥が住んでると当然バサバサって音がしたりして、それを勘違いするっていうこともあり得る。そうであればいいが、コアちょっと開ける。うわ、これゴキブリの糞がすごいな。ゴキブリの糞だらけですね。臭い。ちょっと臭いな。排水の匂いがすごいわ。特には何もないな。こんなんだっけ。やば。早くしない。ちょっとこれやばいな。
らか。ちょっといたずらだよな、さすがに。これでね、多分隠れてたんだ。最初気づかなかったもん、これ。地獄行き。早くしな、早くしな。多分これが落ちたんだ。これがこう隠した。うわ、これはでもちょっとタチの悪い。これもだ。これ全部、おそらく全部、そうだね、全部早くしねって書いてある。なんでこれ12345 5個はなんか黒いテープで、両面テープみたいなもので隠されてるけど、なんか理由があるのかな。あ、これもしかしたら10人分じゃないですか。地獄行き、恨んでる人間が10人いて、で地獄行きのリストみたいなで、12345人は終了したというかね、終わって、あと12345人残ってるみたいな。
Inside the rooms, the team discovered several written curses. Who were they meant for? Could they be tied to Yumiko? Just as the team was digging deeper into these clues, a sudden noise echoed from somewhere inside the house.
これさ、ちょっと待って、はっきりよ、これ。今絶対誰かいる。誰かいますか？まさにこのさ、ここで足踏みしてるような音だったよな。キシキシキシキシって。え？ちょっと変わってるわ。骨壺変わってんだけど。あれ見間違えたか？ちょっと待って。写真撮ってるわ。ちょっと待って、本当に混乱するんだけど。あれ勘違いしてる？ちょっと待って、やばいこと起きてんだけど。骨壺変わってんだけど。違う人の名前書いてあるよ。触ってるうちにこの名前の上にもう一枚貼ってあったのかな。でもないよね。いや、そんなことありない。ないよないよないよ。ちょっと待って、やべえこと起きてんだけど。骨壺変わってるんですけど、違う人のやつに。僕が向こうに行ってる間に誰か入った。いや、ありえないね。絶対おかしい。 ちてないよね。うわっ、意味がわからん。意味がわからない。ちょっと今までで一番意味わからんかも。ちょっと待って、落ち着け。落ち着け、落ち着け。ちょっと待ってくださいね。裏に貼ってある。裏というか、ちょっとすいません、失礼します。両面に貼ってあるわ。
When the host returned to the bedroom, the urn that originally had Mother written on it had transformed, with absolutely no one touching it, into reading Father Toichi. This chilled the host to the bone. They couldn't believe their own eyes. Based on this, they deduced that the written curses and the urn were the work of the exact same person. But right as they were piecing this together, another spine-chilling incident occurred.
このようないたずらをした。ちょっと耳元でささやかれました。女性です。本当にこの世のものではない何らかの力がですね、この場ではありまして、おそらくその、発生源となる存在もですね、確実にまだいるっていうことなんですよね。今この場に。こんな狭い家なんで、間違いなく今僕の近くに、そういった存在がいるといったことは間違いないと思います。ちょっと写真撮るか。うわ、こうやって暗くするとやっぱりね、なんかこれちょっと見えにくいと思うんですけど、これがさっき早くしないって書いてあった月明かりでね、ぼんやり見えるでしょ。僕肉眼ではちょっとね、もう暗くてあんまり見えてないんですけど、ぼんやりとうっすら残像、うっすらとなんとなく見えるっていう感じですね。今このスマホの画面でも真っ暗だとは思うんですけど、ちょっと待って、またなんか聞こえるし、やっぱ開けると何もない。あれ、またちょっと位置変わってる。変わってないか。よし、じゃあとりあえずこんなところで帰ります。ちょっともう十分だと思いますんで、とりあえず非常に不可解なことは起きまくってはいますが、遺骨はなかった、位牌はなかった。これがなんか墓標のようですよね。最後もう一回だけ確認するか。
As the investigation wrapped up, the final truth was deeply unsettling. After tracking down the records, it turned out that the name on the urn was actually the client's biological uncle. Years ago, the uncle had secretly purchased this hidden property behind his family's back. It was a secret sanctuary meant to house his hidden mistress, Yumiko, and their illegitimate daughter. Following the uncle's death, the mother and daughter were entirely cut off financially. In the depths of poverty and the despair of abandonment, this house transformed into their altar to curse the rightful family, the client's lineage. The host concluded that the cursed labels on the walls were targeted at every single member of the client's family. And the moment the client inherited this house, he unknowingly inherited a bottomless, deep-seated curse. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next story. Until next time, stay safe.